What would I tell my best friend to do if she were struggling with nursing burnout or physician burnout or NP burnout? Here's what I would tell her, okay? There is one simple equation, one simple formula that will change your experience of the rest of your career. I mean, there is one thing you can do to really get this right, and that is mastering the one equation that underpins everything. It underpins the nights that you come home and you're exhausted and you fall asleep watching Netflix on the couch. It underpins the weekends that you lose just sleeping and trying to recover and hoping that you feel better by the time that first shift next week rolls around. It explains why it's so bad all the time and why that pit of dread forms in the base of your stomach when you wake up thinking about work. There's one equation that you can leverage to make change now. I mean, now. You don't have to live like this. You don't have to feel this way every single day. It doesn't have to be like this. But here's the thing. Most of the advice that's out there is so well-intentioned, and it comes from people who are really good at heart and really, really wrong about how burnout actually works. And if you really want to get control over it and you really want to start feeling better and you want that process to be now and not later, you have to understand the battle that you're fighting. And it's not the battle most people think. So yeah, you know what? My team and I, we put together a training. It's about 45 minutes. It's honestly some of the best content we've ever done. We're giving it away for free. I'm sure you'll put a link underneath this, hhbworkshop.com. It's this really powerful webinar about closing the gap and what it really means to start to take back control in the places where we actually have it. Because there's a lot of stuff we can't control, but there's a lot more that we can. And when we start to take that control and when we start to really use it, we can leverage it to get back the next 10, 15 years of our experience. I mean, our clients routinely pick up less stress, more joy, better relationships, and that's at home and at work. And that only happens when you understand what you're fighting and you start pulling the right levers. You know, we can't wait for the system to change. We can't wait for people to care about us enough to unbreak healthcare because it is completely broken. The one thing we can do is start to take care of ourselves in the right way and start to actually make changes internally for this internal experience that we're having. Again, one simple diagram. You can draw it with a Sharpie and a notebook if you really want. hhbworkshop.com. I would tell my best friend, click that link, sign up for the webinar, watch it twice if you have to, so that you really understand it and you know what you're fighting. And then you can start to make progress. That's what I would tell her. Still recording.